Totally untrained because the last podcast that I did was at the beginning of April. Because I have been. Let me see. I'm gonna.
You
go
do
back.
every week, no?
I used to see, but I took a break.
Ah, okay. So I'm on the first one after.
You are the 22nd episode,
the first one after the break.
the first one after the
Wow.
break. So, or let's say we could consider the first of the second season.
Sto tirato un calcio.
Sì, it's okay.
Scusa.
No, the story is this podcast has been growing faster than I thought, and so I told you yesterday when we met in the afternoon. The idea was 1,000 subscribers the first year, 10,000 second year, 100,000 the third year. Now we are at 12,500, a little bit more. So I was expecting to be more mature when I reached this number of subscribers. So even though I didn't take the break because I had the plan to do it, I just was busy doing other things. I think it was good because it allowed me to, let's say, put in writing many ideas, reach out to people that I needed, because we are going to, we need to rethink the design, the strategy when it comes to reaching out to guests, the preparation, because until now it was most of the guests were friends, so I could tell them come and they would say yes, and then we figure out what we talk about. Now I want to reach out to people I don't know and people with a certain level of commitment to their companies and to their practice that requires them to know beforehand what they're going to talk about. So if I reach out to someone important, I need to tell them, look, I want to ask you about this topic, and that requires research, time, and so on. Then there is the marketing. Like when you start to get to a certain size, you want a certain type of guest, and you want that type of guest. You need to actually honor their presence by promoting it correctly, and that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, of course.
In fact, I don't know how you do, Frank. I don't know how you do, because I'm trying to be you in a certain way. I'm trying to do many things, but I am at my limit of my time and my energy. But anyway, we regroup and we start again. We have been already rolling for a couple of minutes.
Already recording?
Yes.
Ah, sorry, I didn't.
No, but I like to do like this.
How you did?
Huh?
you
No, I normally start recording the devices before actually doing the podcast, because
okay.
I have the feeling that if I start the podcast saying, hello, welcome to the last meeting of the week, that is Francesco Vitali coming to the 22nd episode, the start is a little bit like, okay, it seems like a word presentation. But this is, we start talking and we get into the topics. So yes, welcome to the last meeting of the week. I've been away, fans, friends, and family. And I'm super happy to be back because I miss doing the podcast. I like to do this stuff. I enjoy the conversation, having to plan what we're going to talk about, and meeting people that I normally don't have the time to meet. Today, we are celebrating many extraordinary things. Number one, this is the first time we see each other 2 days in a row since COVID times.
True.
We are celebrating something very big that we have here. We have to actually celebrate a lot of change in our families. We have becoming father, second father. Life is moving so fast. But I want to ask you a very important question before we do anything else. Where are you gonna do the tattoo, Frank?
Yeah.
In which part of the body?
For sure here.
For sure there.
Yeah. For sure here on my arms, because I'm very afraid of needles. So I understood that this is maybe the less painful part for have a tattoo. And of course I need to do, because this is I need to pay my duty. And so since this is something that I promised at the beginning of our project with my team, now I need to do the tattoo after we reach the goal.
Okay, I'm gonna share with you a secret I discovered after more than 20 tattoos. There is actually an amazing cream that you can use, and the pain goes to zero.
Okay.
I bought it. So I did my back in November, December. The first part hurt like crazy because, unlike many people might think, the more tattoos you do, the lower your pain threshold gets. So you start being a pussy pretty much. And the first half of the back hurt so much that I said, you know what? I think it's poetic justice if the last part of the last tattoo I do without pain. I don't want to prove anything to anyone. I just want to have the tattoo finished, and I don't do anymore. So I bought this cream on Amazon. It's magical. You don't feel. I mean, you feel just the vibration, but it's not painful. It's like if you touch this table, that's it.
Please share with me
So I share with you.
the name of the cream.
Yes. But I was a little bit worried, Frank, and I want you to. What are you going to tattoo?
This is something that honestly I don't know yet because I asked to one of our team member that is a designer to design for me a right tattoo, small.
Come on, small. Why small?
I mean, normally size. Let's say not super small, not super big, but yeah, I don't know yet. So we discover.
But are you going to tattoo this or the how to say the scudo? The shield of the Sampdoria Hong Kong.
I think we do like a mix between like maybe 3-star or something that remember the 3 achievement we have in the past 3 years, and yeah, the name of the team, some color of the team, yeah. But really, I don't know. I give some input and I still wait the final design.
I see. So okay. There are so many ways to start this conversation, but let's go from the end. Let's start from the end. What does this cup mean to you, Frank?
This cup has a lot of meaning, let's say, because I mean it's a cup, so of course it's something that everyone say when they stop you in the street or they see the cup. They say, "Oh, you want something?" For me, is let's say the achievement of a goal that with some friend we had a few years ago when we have the ideas to start a competitive project in Hong Kong with our team in a very difficult period. So 4 years ago, actually, there was COVID here. And many people was stuck in Hong Kong. We are in this golden cage, and we need something for don't let us go down. So something that give us a motivation, stimulate us to say, okay, we are now in this strange situation, but we need to do something for. We have to do a reaction. Okay, so. We have this project with some Italian friends to say, okay, we know many people that is playing football. No one is very competitive. Let's do like something competitive. Let's enroll our team in a league and let's see what we can do. But the goal is let's give something to inspire someone that, let's say, it's like a little. We are suffering in that moment. We don't see our family. We cannot travel. We cannot work well. We don't know what's happening in the future. At the beginning, we even don't know how serious is this disease, what can happen. So we really are lost because for the first time in our life, we really have an issue, a problem that is biggest than what we had in the past. Okay, so we want to do something that put us together. So we create this project with other friends. And we have some goal. We enroll in the league. We start from the lower division, and our goal is something competitive for be promoted after maybe couple of years, and then after other couple of years be promoted from the second division to the first one, and then compete for the first division. And that time I say, okay, let's if we won for 3 years in a row, back to back, never is something that never been done before. I do also a tattoo because in that moment I say, okay, this is something impossible. But then I mean, I don't know what's happened. Everyone that joined the team was really focused in achieve the goal. We work together. We are running all together for achieve this goal, and unbelievable, for 3 years in a row we won the third division, the second division, and now the fourth division, and also we won the cup. So this is we achieve our goal. So this is just our first goal for sure. When you achieve a goal, you know, it's like let's say it's like you feel more like a drug, let's say, no? When you achieve a goal, you want more goal. Don't put limits. So as Kobe Bryant used to say, when he say job is done, I don't think so. I can say the same, not yet. We want something more. So this is a goal, but it's a goal of what we did 3 years ago in a difficult moment.
Okay.
This is what.
But what surprised me when I was reflecting this morning and yesterday night about this podcast, I think the way you started the club has a big influence on the nature of the community around. Because normally people found this start this type of teams, adult, let's say amateur teams, okay, to play because they are a player and they have organizative skills and they just want to create something a little bit more competitive. But you started from a role that is totally different. You were the pick. You were the president from the beginning, and then you got coaches and you got players. But instead of creating a context to play a game, you created a context to allow for a community to be put together. And this is the most surprising thing. And in my analysis, it what explains the fact that you are a club that in 3 years you don't only have the players and the coaches, you have people going to the stands, you do an amazing number of dinners and events and so on. What attracts you from this role of president, of coordinator?
Let's say that something is in my personality. Let's say I like also to find a way to aggregate people, to create a community. I have some friends that say that I'm sick of association. I like to stay in association. So I'm also part of other association. This is only one of them. But in that moment, I really feel that I need to be useful for the community. I feel a little moment of no, I don't say depression because this is a big word, but I feel in that moment that many people was a bit lost, so we need to do something for put together a community, and sport could be the answer. And I say, yeah, I'm the president and the founder, but to be honest, I couldn't do this without the right people. So I think that I found with me the right people with the same goal and put together our intention. So this is what we did. And then, of course, the community is something that is important in our daily life of expat especially. And maybe everyone needs this, but when you are expat, you need even more. So in this sense, we know that what is the best way to put everyone together after sport, like have a dinner, have a lunch. So why don't have like a restaurant as our sponsor? So everything can be perfect. And this is what we did. We create like a community that we after the match we call terzo tempo, so it's meaning like shake an hand and go lunch and do something together, because the match, the competition should be only, and this is something that should happen also in professional player, in professional division in Italy, in other places. It's so sad when you see that there is still today 2024 racist episode or fighting violence. This is not sport, okay? In the pitch, and this is something that I learned in these years, because when you play, especially against like British team, they are very fighters, okay? It's more physical game.
Sì.
But then when you finish the game, okay, you shake the hand, you hug each other, everyone compliments to the winner. And this spirit is something that I discovered here in Hong Kong. this is something that we miss in Italy. You have a match, the supporters sometimes insult on each other, and then at the end of the match still remains something that like a bit of there is not this sort of terzo tempo. So this is something that we want to create. This is why our team is called Sporting Club Sampdoria Hong Kong Terzo Tempo, because we put in the name this TT. Many people ask me, what does it mean TT? TT is Terzo Tempo. Terzo Tempo is a team that is original Italian team in Hong Kong that then let's say merged together with our team, and we want to keep in the name.
Okay.
Because this is our spirit after. So we create this sort of community that is our, I think, our soul of our team.
It makes total sense. It makes total sense. I think there is a sort of a relation between the level of aggressiveness of a sport, of the approach, and how, let's say, able you are afterwards to leave all the tension behind. Because I think about the English, and they always do like this. It's the third time is a tradition, and I admire a lot. I think it's good. When I was a little bit in shape and I was young, I used to play basketball. I didn't mind if I had an elbow on my face or something like this. It was part of the game, but then at the end of the day, friends forever. It is very important. It is very important. Would you say, from outside, I'm not Italian, but I'm quite close to the Italian community, and I see that there are how many institutions define the Italian community? Of course, the consulate, the Chamber of Commerce, but now I think the Sampdoria Hong Kong TT is one of them, and you are in two of them, in two of the ones that you can be in, because the consulate is something totally, is a different dimension. Is this perception correct? Is there already an interlace between these communities?
Let's say that in Hong Kong, especially, I can say that there is a link between all the institution, or anyway private institution that represent this community. You're right, there is the Italian consulate, and the Italian Chamber of Commerce, but also the Italian Trade Agency and the Italian Cultural Institution. And then in Hong Kong, there are also very important Italian school. There is an Italian kindergarten. There is a couple of Italian school. And this is let's say the commercial, political, and school institution. Maybe our team can be if the first one for, let's say, the sport institutional, the first one really created by Italian in Hong Kong in order to join all the community. So it could be the first one, but I don't have the, let's say, the arrogance to say that we are the sport one. We try to be the one that put everyone together, but this is a goal that we want to achieve also in the future, to put together also our other sport, and then we also to maybe create like a way to support also charity part for the community in general. Yes.
Frank, you are very humble, but I tell you, you are an institution. Frank Vitali and the Sampdoria. Talking of which, Sampdoria from Genova, the city of your love, of your heart. What did they say when you won the cup? Because I'm sure that they know at this point.
So I'm still the official ambassador of Sampdoria, the Serie B team in Italy, that appointed me 6 years ago as official ambassador for Asia. So the team is also something that is approved by them. So it's something that is part of their idea of embassy in Asia. So yeah, they are very nice with me. They contact me and they congratulate with us for our achievement. But of course, we have a project. We had a project. Sampdoria had in Italy had um, some issue in the past years. So this is why they are not doing super well now. They have been relegated last year. They are fighting to come back in the Serie A first division in Italy. So they are still, let's say, they are still restructuring themselves. But of course, we would like to continue this project, hoping that we are all of us we are on the same page. So yes, I receive a congrats from Italy, and I'm very proud of this. All the team received the congrats, of course, because anyway I don't play, so I have to say thanks to my team, not to me. But yeah, for sure, if we can be on the same page, we have much more goal to achieve. And I hope we will do soon.
I was writing something here that came to my mind. A little bit of a malicious question to ask you. This comes from ignorance because I'm not super well versed in friendships and enemies and between Italian clubs. But I imagine that at least among the Italians playing in Sampdoria, some people are from maybe support Sampdoria, some people maybe support another club. How many real supporters of Sampdoria are in the club, Frank?
Actually,
or you converted all of them?
No, but actually, for sure, the fact to play with this color for a few years, anyway, everyone in some way feel a bit to be part also of Sampdoria community. I can say that real supporter, maybe couple, so not many. But yeah, I mean, I think that everyone now, even if he's supporter of Milan, Juventus, Inter, Torino, other team, anyway, they keep an eye to Sampdoria because anyway they represent also the color in Hong Kong. So yeah, I mean, and I'm happy that sometime because many people come to see our match, especially this year, and in general, maybe they see our color when we are in the street in Hong Kong. Oh, I know, this is Sampdoria. Oh, what is this team? Sampdoria. Okay, I want to follow. So we are a sort of little brand ambassador. So, yeah, I mean, there are few people now, but they feel part of this color, let's say.
No, bravo. But in Italy, let's say, who would be the archie rival of Sampdoria? Genova, of course, and then who else?
I mean, for sure, Genoa is our real rival. But to be honest, I love Genoa to be part of the same division of Sampdoria. I'm not a supporter that want that Genoa team will be relegated. No, I love this sort of derby, this sort of fight. It's unique in Italy. It's amazing. And I think that the city of Genova, for its tradition of football lover, and I don't forget that Genoa football team is the first one established in Italy, so it's a very historical team, I can say. So I love when both of teams are in Serie A and they fight, and the moment of the derby is really a fight. Then yeah, we have other rivalry, but I don't see some team that we really hate so much, let's say, or at least me. I don't see this. Of course, I'm honored every time Juventus, Milan, Inter come to play, or Napoli come to play in Genoa, because we know that that is a different match. But yeah, the only one that we really feel is the derby against Genoa. We talk 1 week before, we talk 1 week later. But I'm very sad for what happened last week, because for no reason there are fights between Sampdoria and Genoa supporter, and this is no sport. In 2020 you cannot do this anymore. This is something that is really poor. Sport has to be a moment of happiness. Is something that you need to be happy to bring your children to the stadium to enjoy. And this is something that is not good for the sport, for the image of Genova, for the image of our Italian sport. The football is not good. You go to see other sport, this is not what happened. usually.
It is true. It is true. It's true. I understand perfectly what you mean because I am from Oviedo and we have the derby Oviedo Gijón, which are only 30 kilometers apart. And the level of tension I have never experienced anywhere else. I imagine Deportivo Celta, Madrid Atletico maybe, but it's not the same because we are, let's say, from the provinces close to the sea. Sea people are a little bit tougher. I think. Look, to be. I have to be honest with you. There is a certain savagery in the stadiums that I cannot say I don't enjoy. I feel, and I haven't been to a football stadium for the longest time, but when I was little, offending the other players within certain limits, nothing racism or anything else, but let's say, remembering the mother, the sister, this and that, together with another 20,000 people, felt extremely relaxing. So that part is like going to the circus. I think responds to a nature of the humankind that we try to be polite throughout our week, and we sometimes receive mini aggressions from clients, bosses, and we shut up and we continue, and then we go to the stadium and we let everything out. That is one thing, and that part I can say that I think is very useful for society. What I find disgusting, and connecting to what you were saying, is when it gets to violence, fights, people throwing bottles. There are certain how to say, now we have decided as society that there are certain topics that we need to eradicate, so we should take them away from the field, because we have maybe out of 20,000 in the stadium, 7,000-8,000 are little kids that need to be brought up. That is something that I agree with you, for whatever reason only happens in soccer, in football. Maybe it happens in basketball in the Balkans and in Turkey, but normally it only happens in football. Who knows why?
Oh, but you are talking with someone that is a super supporter of Sampdoria in general, and also my Sampdoria. I think that many times my football mate, my football player, let's say, scold me, let's say, because I'm too much supporter when I see the team. But and I agree with you, it's part of the game also to be involved, especially for a supporter, from a, like, I mean, you have this behavior to fight with the team, but from outside. So yeah, you can scream, you can maybe, let's say, in some way insult the other team, but it's not. But then when you finish the match, I mean, finish the match. Sport wins, not violence wins. This is something that is nothing. I mean, when you finish the sport, you don't want to punch someone. You don't want to fight with someone. This is something that is not related to sport. This is something that people is criminal. If they do this, they are criminal. They are not sport supporter. When you finish the match, it's finished. Stop.
No, 100%. That's. I mean, I find it very sick because when you finish a game, imagine you have been yelling out of your lungs for the whole game. And I've done that many times. When you finish, it's like after you finish running, all your energy is low. If after that you feel like you have to fight with someone, I think there is something really wrong in your brain. And it's good that you are put away and thrown in a jail for some time, because I honestly don't understand.
But you know what? And then I mean, we play with different team of different culture. Let's say we are Italian team. Let's say, even if now most of the team members are not anymore Italian, but let's say we are Italian team. Mm-hmm. There are like a British team, Spanish team, Japanese team, Hong Kong team, and all the team behave in a different way because we have different cultural background. Okay. So I can say that the British team are the most physical, the Japanese are the most in the pitch correct, let's say. But when he finish, I love Hong Kong environment. Everyone shake the hand, everyone. For example, the team that lost the league last week, 2 weeks ago, when they lost the league, we receive a lot of congrats from them. It's it's nice spirit. Maybe I don't know. Maybe someone is a bit fake, but anyway, it's a good spirit. Okay. At the end of the day, we are doing a sport. Every one of us has other issue, other problem. They have other job. So, sport is something that need to put positive vibe, not create tension, create a moment of. I mean, the racism is one of the most stupid things. I saw what's happened after England lost the cup with Italy in 2021. That one of the player that is a sort of national hero because he do a lot for his country and for the children. Suddenly, only because he missed one penalty, everyone start to be racist against him. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, the stupidity of these
I know.
people destroy not only the sport itself, but in general, destroy all the effort that people behind do for achieve some goal.
Yes, I totally agree. But this is a general problem that even goes beyond sport nowadays. The world is full of beautiful people, but at the same time is full of also losers and people that can never achieve anything.
Yeah.
They judge everyone as if it was easy what they do. It's like, if all of those people had any idea of the effort that any footballer needs to have to get to just professional, I'm talking third division or second division, I think they would shut up. The amount of times they have to run under the rain, go to practice when they have a headache or even play when they're hurt. It's just insane.
I agree, but you know what? In my life, I'm discovering that 90+% of the people is stupid.
You think so?
Yes, I'm unlucky. 90+% of the people, I think they don't really have ambitions or goal to do something in their life, and day by day they really lost even brain energy, and this is bring them to be like this level of stupidity. So what you say is correct, but I think that I don't know if they really understand the effort, even if they see the effort of the people. You can understand the effort when you are part of a project and you do this. And it's not easy, because when you do effort, it can happen in the school, it can happen in the sport, it can happen in the...
No, the mic, a little bit closer.
It can happen in the work, in every place. What I think is that many people give up, because it's more easy to give up, judge the other and point the finger to other people or something that the other don't success for you. Then do something. When you have to do something, then it start to be, oh my God, this is an effort. I need to put my energy. I can do tomorrow. Maybe I start tomorrow. I start the project another day.
Yes.
So what I repeat, the winner of this cup of our goal is the team. I cannot do nothing again without a team. But all together, we focus in a goal, and in everything. When you have a project, you can teach to me about this. You have moments that you want to give up. You have moments that discourage you. So, and the good things to be a team is that everyone support one each other when there is a bad moment. Mm-hmm. So this is the really power and the energy of a team.
I think this is also going back to what you said about all the teams in general in Hong Kong. I think this is something that is very well spread out in the city, and I think it has to do with the fact that this is a very difficult city to survive in, let's say, because the competition is very high. So that level of competitiveness has one direct consequence, which is the fact that we need to be kind and let's say unapproachable with other people to collaborate for business, for personal relationships, and that transcends into other activities. And linking to that, when I have been actually reflecting a lot in whether Hong Kong is the right place to be, because it seems that we are in the moment of history of Hong Kong, which is low. It's clearly a low in the history. It's not as popular as before. And I will confess that I had these thoughts at night that with my wife. We have one daughter, another one on the way. It's like, where do we raise them? And my wife had a conversation with an Argentinian guy the other day that has 4 kids. 2 of them grew up in Spain and 2 of them grew up in Hong Kong. And he said the level of politeness that they develop when they're here, because of the way the schools are set up in developing them as a person, not only as people that consume content, is crazy, the difference between Hong Kong and Spain, favorable to Hong Kong. And that has made me think that I'm going to stay here for quite a longer time. What keeps you, or what kept you in Hong Kong in these years? Because you are an accomplished professional, apart from being the president of the Sampdoria, and I'm sure you had options to go somewhere else. What kept you in Hong Kong?
Thank you for this question, Fer. This is a nice question, because it's something that also me as a new father also think about this. I can tell you my thought is that Hong Kong, you're right, now is in a moment of down. Now is the moment in which you can start to say, this is the right place to be for me, for my family, for future. I think that this is a place with an history, first of all. And if you see the history, one time I have a teacher in my high school that he say, guys, when you study history, you should love history, because history is like you have to think like it's a fiction, like a series. So it's something that if you see like this, is like one episode like the other, and something can come back. So this is a place with an history. In the history already has a lot of issue and then raise up again. And many years ago, there is like a Chinese, Japanese, British colony, everything. Nowadays, they have SARS a few years ago, very bad moment. Many people leave and then they raise up again. I think this is a bad moment, as you say, but I have the feeling that we can raise up again. And I say we because I feel that I'm part of Hong Kong now. I didn't choose this city for come and live forever, but when I came here 9 years ago, I felt in love, because this city for the first time give me that energy that I always looking, that energy and that opportunity, but not like a, let's say, American dream. It's something that I understand staying here, and now I explain you why. But give me this positive vibe, and I say, okay, this is the place I want to be, because I have here, I feel myself for the first time here in Hong Kong. And before to tell you why I feel also this is also connecting to what we say. You say this is a place that let you grow up in a polite way, and the people is nice. This is true, but I can tell you this: in the past years, I have a lot in my job. I have a lot of intern that come to work for us, and I can tell you that the best ones that I have are people, let's say, Italian family, but with Hong Kong background, born or anyway came here when they are young and raised here. And they see in them people that want really to achieve goal, work hard day by day, do what we call gavetta. So I mean the preliminary hard work that you have to do when you want to start a job, but you have a goal to achieve. So these people come from a very, let's say, hard working family. They have goal, and the family maybe teach them how to do, and in the school environment that they have, they also learn how to do this. And so when they start to work, they really want to learn. They really are humble. They don't feel, I'm an international young graduate student. I want only to do this and this. I don't want to do this task. But they really are open to do everything just for learn day by day. I have a lot of other people coming from Italy, and I don't see the same hunger of these Hong Kong guys. I see people that is for maybe a bit arrogant.
Okay.
Maybe they want to do only what they would like to do, but they don't want to do tasks that are different from their will. But the most sad thing for me is that they don't have goal. I don't see people with goal. They have idea, maybe this, but they don't have goal. And this is something that I can see in this new generation, that is difficult for them to accept the fact that if they want to do something, they should have goal, but in any case they also have to do some sacrifice for learn how to work, for learn how to stay inside the company. So this is something that I can see different. So if I have to say to think to my newborn baby for his future today, I can tell you definitely I want that he raised in Hong Kong. I love Italy. Every time I can, I go in Italy, and I have my family, and I want that he has the best holiday in the coming years in Italy. But I don't see him. I don't want that he grow up in the Italian environment in this moment. Maybe I don't know. Maybe in the real Hong Kong, the Hong Kong environment of Hong Kong people, that I don't live this kind of environment because I live more the expat one. Maybe something is similar, but I can say that I see more people more polite, and I think this is a more it's a better environment from some point of view. In Italy, in the past years, I see a lot of rudeness. I see that the younger generation don't have so much respect to the oldest one.
Yes.
When I was young, my father always say, "Oh, this person is older than you, so you need to respect him, to listen what he say." Sometimes I see these people that don't have time to listen. They are too much in rush. Everything has to be done in a few minutes, like an Instagram post, an Instagram video. So if they have to wait a few minutes more, or they have to do something more for learn something, okay, they don't have time. Impatient.
Hey, it's it's for me. I'm trying to avoid criticizing the younger generation as something intrinsic to them, but I'm a little bit surprised because I have the same feedback about the new hires in my industry, design, lifestyle industry, that you're telling me. But I would have expected otherwise because consulting, finance services, in a sense, it's a very competitive environment. So I would have expected that the people who make it to Deloitte, in your case, would be super driven. But yeah, like it's something we can change in what you said. Take the word Italy and put the word Spain, and it's exactly the same. There is a certain logic that to me was taught by my parents, that at the beginning you sacrifice, you harvest, and then if you are lucky and you are a good person and you don't screw up big time, you get back your rewards. But you need to do that sacrifice. Nowadays, for example, I must confess that I try to rationalize my trips. How much time I am away from home, how much time I slept less than I should, or eat worse than I should. So I'm trying to be a little bit more selfish and take care of myself. But when I was 25, I had no limit. I was like, I'm going to go until I die. And if I have to stay in the office until 8, 9, 10, and I have to finish this. So it's a pity. In your case, for example, you are now partnered in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
You got there recently. How long ago?
1 year ago.
1 year ago. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What was the secret for you to get there, for example?
I mean, in the life you always have many. I mean, there are many things that bring you to reach some position. Okay, I can tell you that at the beginning I was very lucky, but I understand that I was lucky just now, a few years ago, and not when I was there. So I joined Deloitte 18 years ago, and the first 3 years for me was really it was a prison. I worked 6 days per week, 12 hours per day, and I did like 10 tasks. If I mistake one, that is the only one that have a weight, so everyone scold me for that one, and for the other is normal. My salary when at the beginning was very, very low, and in that moment I didn't understand really why I was doing that. I have a goal to become like a manager. I have a goal to improve myself, but the real goal I discovered when I work with my colleague in that time, because they are quite they are sometimes some one of them are a bit more aggressive, someone is less polite, let's say, but I can see all of them that are super well educated in the work. They have a wonderful skill, they know everything, and I was say, okay, my goal is arrive like 1/3 of their experience, 1/3 of their skill. I remember when I was starting the job, I was in this library in the Deloitte office in Genoa. It was full of book, and I really didn't know almost nothing of that. And for me, it seems that they know everything of that book. So yeah, really, literally, I start to study every time they give me research. I start to study maybe 3 pages before and 3 pages after in order to have like a complete picture. And then day by day, after a few years, I have a sort of overview of what is my job, what to do. So then you improve day by day. So this is my first part of luckiness. Then then you achieve a seniority, a more seniority. So you have to reach other goal, like start to be worried to have new client, to start to promote other kind of tasks and work. So you have to combine your, like, let's say, working experience with your commercial experience. And I have to say that for maybe my personality, I'm quite okay to be more commercial. I'm quite good, so I can work better in this way. And then I have this opportunity to come in Hong Kong. At the beginning it should be just for a few time, but then I stay here, as I told you before, the reason why I decided to stay here. And then I work quite hard for this desk, for improve our Italian desk, that to promote and help Italian company to set up a business, or anyway to create business opportunity for this Italian company in Hong Kong, but also in general in China, in Asia. And then I think that I try to reach my goal and be promoted as a partner. It's a good it's a good result. But as I am ambitious, I don't want to stop. This is like a goal that I achieve, but of course I want to do every day a goal. I remember when I was student, I remember that Marco Aurelio, that is this emperor of the Roman Empire, that is like a sort of a philosopher. You always have to say, when you go home every day, you think about your day, what is good, what is not good, think what you can improve, what you can change, and every day put a goal in your day. So little goal help you to reach a bigger goal, but when you reach that, you cannot think, you cannot stop, you have to go ahead. I have some client, but anyway, you can see many successful people, even they are 70, 75, they want to continue to reach goal. They still are hunger to reach goal.
Yes.
This is also why you can see many successful people. They make a lot of money, $1 million per year, and you don't. Maybe some people say, why these people has a lot of money and still work, still every day travel for business? Why? Because this is the sense for me. This is the sense of the life. We stay in the world for a few years. Okay, in these few years, you really need to do something for be useful. So this is why you should achieve goal day by day, different goal, because we have different part of the life. So for example, now one of my new goal is to improve as father day by day. So for me, is the little goal is when I can put my baby sleep one day. The other day is to make him happy to play, understand how he can be happy to play. So this is also other goal that I have when I stay with him. So different kind of goal, not only working success in the work. For me, the goal in many part of the life. Also to improve your relationship with friends, with the wife. Like when I was young, I was more let's say I became mad very easy with my girlfriend before, and then I learn and I want to create a good environment. So of course with a wife you can have a discussion, but I really try to reduce as much as possible this discussion, this moment of tension with my wife, or have a good environment. This is another goal that I put in myself.
No, it's important to it makes a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, when you're built as a I think that when you build yourself in a way to be successful, then when you get there, you realize that the fun is in the game. And I had an agent, Mauro Soli. So shout out to Mauro Soli if for whatever reason, whatever chance he's looking at this episode. He told me one thing that at the beginning that I didn't understand, but now for me it's completely clear, which is, Fernando, I'm never going to retire. I don't believe in retiring. And at the time I said, I was very young. I saw him. He was actually being very successful monetarily. And I said, why you are 65? Why don't you live in Australia? You have a house close to the beach. You have money for the rest of your life. Why would you keep on, doing all of these things? And Fernando, the important thing is not working, not working. The important thing is that feeling every day like you are on vacation. So doing something that, having this competitive mindset in a good way. In work, in life, with the wife, is otherwise, I don't know, life is very dull. And you are a very active person. Just one more thing from the professional side, because you work with, I imagine a lot of your activity has to do with China, with the evolution of Hong Kong as a city, just linking back to what you were saying before about history. I agree with you that Hong Kong is going to bounce back. It's the nature of this city. It's going to be maybe a different Hong Kong. It's a different Hong Kong that is probably going to look more towards the Greater Bay Area and less to international markets. How is the Italian desk in Deloitte helping Italian companies do business or create opportunities in this area that is going to become very important?
So thank you also for this question, because it's a really, let's say, current, is a momentum question, let's say. So as you say, we have to think not that Hong Kong never come back, but we have to think that Hong Kong will change. This is true. Everything in the life change. Nothing remain the same, and this is something that you can see in all the field and in all the place. You can go everywhere and you can see that things are different. You can talk with people. Everything changed. So we have to think Hong Kong will change. Maybe Hong Kong is already part of China, so Hong Kong will be, let's say, a more Chinese place compared to before. Before I'm saying a few years ago, because anyway, many years ago was already part of China. Then was given a concession for 99 years to British, but before was China, so come back to be Chinese. Hong Kong is a very strategical place because it's in the center of this area that is called Great Bay Area. That is an area that is huge, like Lombardy, but in this area there are more than 60 million people. So this is meaning that when you promote to do business in this area, you have always to consider that you can reach, statistically, you can reach a huge number of people in a very small place. This is why it's important to think also that you can do business in a place that there is the population of all the Italy just in a region. So big number, I mean, China also has a critical moment, because anyway, we know what's happened for real estate crisis and other stuff related to the consumers' behavior or similar. But of course, this is a place where many Western companies are established, and they are doing business with China and from China around the world. And this is still a place in which you can do your business in a proper way. What I can suggest is that China is a country, is a huge country. You have to see China not as a country but as a continent when you want to do business. And many people think that China is like maybe to go. Maybe we go to our neighborhood in France or in Spain or in Switzerland. So something that is similar in some way to the European culture, to Italian culture, to do business. China is a huge continent in the other part of the world with a totally different culture. And in the same continent, there are different regions, different cities with different way to do business. So what I can say is that if you want to do business in China, you need to be really well educated as company. It's not easy to do internationalization in China, like it's not easy to do internationalization in other countries in Asia. So it's I think that is super strategical, the preliminary, the feasibility part, the preliminary part of your investment. You need really to study well what is the good opportunity, where, when, and how to set up a proper business in that country. If not, you're gonna fail. It's too much risk, too much cost, so it's not advisable. What I can suggest is, of course, I'm a consultant, but in general, you have to have the right consultant for do this kind of business. Someone that tell you where is the right place where to locate your business, what is the right way to set up your business, and how to do the best kind of internationalization. If you don't do there, and this is something that you have to do especially in this kind of market, because maybe you want to open you want to set up a business or incorporate a company or a branch in France, in Spain. Is more similar to what we used to do.
Yeah.
So you can try. The cost is lower. And the risk is, but when you do in China or in Asia in general, you really have to do a big effort before. So this is why we promote this sort of also seminar, but also this kind of road show in order to bring Italian companies to see exactly what is the environment we are talking about, what is the counterpart that they have to talk for, do business matching. So they need to invest time and effort and resources to do this part of preliminary activity. This is very important because I know many with my experience in China or anyway in Asia, I have a lot of case of not success because these people think to do business in the same way they used to do.
Yes, I agree. One of the things that it surprised me as an Spanish is that because Spain is culturally and politically segregated more than ever, and one of the things that I envy about Italy, at least from the outside, is the unity that I see. But talking to business owners, entrepreneurs, they always accuse each other of campanilismo, of everyone minding their own business. So when you're organizing these road shows, putting a lot of companies together and showing them where they're going, what is the institutions how do you put them together? Do you reach out to some institutions? Who is your counterpart? Who helps you organize all of this in Italy? Or is it Deloitte Italy itself?
So this is another nice question, and I like how you prepare this talking, because I can see that you really do a lot of effort for prepare this question. So really, it's really professional.
I was trying to put it out there as casually.
But this is a good question, because what I say always is that Now maybe there are many Italians that not agree with what I'm gonna say, but we are learning from our neighborhood French people. So what they did is like put together their effort and promote the image or a product or a region or a place, and they have success. Let's see you can see what's happened with wine. French wine is considered in Asia the best one.
Yes.
And I mean, Italian is like 11-1. I don't say that Italian wine is better than French. I don't want to say this. But at least if French is the first one, Italian should be second and third if this is the same comparison meter. But what I can say is that the French are able to promote as a unit. They go together to promote. Okay? In Italy, as you say, we don't have this unity. We don't have. Everyone think to his own company. They think that their company has the best product ever. I went many times to talk with a company, especially the small one, that say, our product is the best. Of course, we're gonna sell easily. And then when they are here, they are nothing. They are just a little piece of a puzzle that even if without the puzzle we can still see. So you need really to learn what is your position in the world. Okay, the world is not your company, and no one around the world think to your company that is the best. You need really to do an effort for be part of this puzzle. Okay, and this is our goal. So yeah, I mean, my goal as a member of the board of the Chamber of Commerce and as someone that for his job promote and assist Italian company to try to do internationalization in Asia is to create opportunity to aggregate together different company with the help of institution, Confindustria, associazioni di category association, with the Italian trade agency. Depend each time. Italian Chamber of Commerce, of course, is the first one that we contact for put together this company. And then, of course, you try to put together a company that are in the same sector, that are not really competitor one each other, because if not, it's not easy to work. And then we try to put together to create business opportunity during, for example, an exhibition or with a road show, and then try to prepare business matching. But this requires time, months to prepare everything. But this is the best way to try to do like to aggregate, to doing a groupage in Italy of companies and then bring in Asia all together, because first of all, if they come all together, they can reduce the cost for do this mission. And then with the support of an advisor that can be Deloitte, but many other advisors, with a strong institution like the Italian Chamber and the consulate or other institutions that are present in Hong Kong and in Italy, they can be aggregate. There are also legal form for aggregate these companies, and then they can come in Hong Kong, in Great Bay Area, Shenzhen, Guangzhou. We did also in China, in Qingdao, in other places, this kind of roadshow, and creating a business opportunity. So what the message is, you cannot come alone. Coming alone is really, really, really costly, risky, and the possibility of success is very, very difficult. If you come all together, you come as a system. So also the counterpart say, okay, we don't gonna meet the company XY, but we're gonna meet a system of company coming from a region of Italy that want to show me what is their feature, what are their skills, what are their strategic pros. So this is what we try to say, the image of what the sector or the region that we're gonna want to promote.
No. I think it's very smart, and I think responsible CEOs should take that, because when you're together, the power of force allows you to talk to local governments, to have a different level of interlocution. You all understand what I mean. I think those initiatives are very good, and more now, because the China that I met for the first time in 2012, that was a place that was looking to open itself then went into a more conservative phase, and now we are discovering what the future is gonna be like. So being able to study and have the expertise, I think, is the only reasonable way to go.
Yeah, because I think that in general, in Italy we are famous for have this small medium enterprise. They maybe have a lot wonderful know-how, wonderful products, super specialized, super attractive, but they need an help to promote these. They need an help to find the right counterpart, or for distribute the product, or for do a partnership, or for do agreement. They need to find the right one. And this company, it's difficult that they have the power to do this alone. Maybe some of them can have like one of manager that was in Asia for many years with the right contact and can help them, but this is rare. What I can see is that many companies are not well organized to do this, so they need an help to do this. And we have a lot of institutions that can help this. There are many advisors that can help this.
The expertise, I think you hit the nail on the head. It's all about expertise and human or corporate expertise. I see that that's why I say that now more than ever. When maybe 15-20 years ago, people that went to China received very very good packages because they were very special. They were very rare. Then as more and more people started going to China, those, let's say, conditions, those living conditions or salaries or perks started being a little bit more reduced. Now I see how companies, they find themselves in the need to pay more for good quality stuff because people, they just left China, and now the few that we stay are, I think we are the only ones who can help in a country that changes all the time, very fast, in a way that that people don't expect. There was one time I was in a marketing meeting with an agency, and I had my marketing team, and one of them said, "Yeah, it's true that Chinese are evolving." And I took the mic and I said, "Just let me correct you for the sake of precision. The Chinese have evolved, and now they are ahead of the pack." And you need to understand this. So this is let's say, professional people that in other parts of their daily life, they're extremely prepared. But the misconception of what our neighbors are about is tremendous. But anyway, Frank, we already did more than 1 hour of podcast. It didn't feel so long, eh? I want to close the circle. Because I acknowledge at the cup, but we didn't explain very well what this cup and this trophy and this shirt is all about. So tell me a little bit. This is Hong Kong Legal League Division 1 champions. Tell me a little bit of the little history. Let's close the podcast by speaking a little bit of the history of the Sampdoria Hong Kong TT and what this means and what steps or the way these are.
So, Sampdoria Hong Kong, Sampdoria Club Hong Kong was established in 2019 as a bunch of friends. We just play friendly match. We enrolled in 2019-20 in a 7-side tournament with no success. It's just a bunch of friends. We have a good brand behind. We have some good players, but nothing more. Then in 2000, with the COVID, as I told you before, 2021, we decided to put together the best Italian players that are in Hong Kong. Anyway, at the time they cannot travel, so we can play all together. And we start to have like a competitive team. We do some friendly match that we won, so we decide to enroll in one of the two amatorial semi-pro league. One is Legal League, and the other is the IU League that play on Sunday, and this is play on Saturday. This is the only why we choose Legal League at that time. And we start from the third division, and we won the third division. We have been promoted in second. And from that moment, we start to not be only an Italian team, but we need more strongest players. So we have foreigner player, and then we won the second division last year, and this year at the beginning we just think, okay, let's do a good team for let's say arrive like 4th, 5th place. And we start to win, and then we start to believe in our dream. We have a very strong player now. We are 26 player, and I think we have like 14, 12 foreigner player. They're really strong, and we are very competitive. So we arrive first in top of the league for many time. But like every team has a bad moment, so we start to lost at the beginning. We are like above 8 points, and then suddenly we are below 1 point, and then we almost lost the league. But then and so we say, okay, let's try to win a trophy. So let's try to win the cup of the league, and this the plate is the cup of the league.
Show it. This is your camera. You can show it.
Yeah. This is the plate that we won. But then we already think that we lost the league. The last day, the last match, the team first in the division had to play against the almost relegate team. So we think it's very easy for them to win, and we have to play against the 4th team in the league. So anyway, we think, okay, we arrive second, is the first year of first division, is easy. But then what's happened is crazy. Last Friday they lost against this team, and so on Saturday we play, and everyone, we are like a team of 26 people, as I told you. Everyone came in the pitch, even if they are not called for play, even if they don't they had other commitment. Everyone, we really feel that we have to win that match. And I never see, I can say, my team so focused in the goal. We won 5-1, and then we won the league. It's a big party, but we have an incredible vibe in that moment. So that is what I'm happy with. That I am one of the guy together with the other of the team, that we don't create only a team, but we create a family. And I mean, this is something that we will have forever. One day we will be old and we remember what we did in Hong Kong. Even if it's, for many people, is what we did is just a few years of win an amatorial league, but for us is work together to achieve a goal. And this is the first team that did this in the history of Hong Kong amatorial league.
No, bravi. But you raised to the top. But you, as a good president, already said at the beginning of the podcast that this was not the end. Yeah. So what is the next step for Sampdoria Club Hong Kong TT?
We have many projects. We want to open an academy for young players. We would like to open a female team, because I strongly believe that female football will be in the future the good page of football. I don't know why, but I don't know. I feel that the football in some way, the male football in some way, is a bit dirty. I don't know if I can send you the right message. I don't feel that now there are too much interest, too much economic interest. They do before they move the attention in China before, then in Qatar, in Middle East. I don't know. The football is changed, but in my opinion, the football change in not in a good way. And I think that the female football that nowadays is very competitive, or start to be very competitive, can be a fresh air and a new message. And I think it's something that in the future will be developed a lot. So I also believe in this. So I want to open a female team. We want to. We did already some international tournament. We want to do again other international tournament, and some charity events. So we have a lot of projects, a lot of goals that we want to achieve. Next year maybe we do again the legal league. Let's see if we can win again. So never finish. But this is only one goal that we reach, and we reach in the best way.
Bravo! I promise. Look, next year I want to go to a game. And I wish that you put in motion all of these new projects, because I really see Olivia with my daughter with her fair hair and very very white skin matching with these colors very much. So grande Frank, I admire you a lot. What you're doing, the energy that you give to people is very nice.
We are.
I thank you for no.
Thank you
I
so
still
much.
have a long way to go.
No.
No, but thank you for making it to the podcast. It's not the first time we do a podcast together, but I think
We
this
did
time.
once,
But
years
this time,
ago.
the other one was more like a training. I think this was a conversation that I enjoyed very much.
Thank you, my
And
friend.
if you keep on winning cups, you will need to keep on doing tattoos. I hope, and I will welcome you anytime you want to come back with another cup.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.
All right, grande Frank. Thank you, everyone. We are back on Fridays, so we have a great weekend ahead. Be happy, enjoy, play sports, and take it easy.